All right, quick reality check on this week. We've got March Madness still delivering chaos. The MLB season is officially rolling, which means daily bets and bullpen heartbreaks. The NBA playoff race is tightening up, with every game suddenly mattering. And of course, the UFC is back, where one punch can end your night instantly. So yeah, every sport is live, even the UFL. Every bet feels sharp, and every loss is going to hurt a little bit more. Let's get into it. I'm Brogan.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Nick.
And boys, we've got a lot of shots to take. Pretty cold week for the group of us here. Nick, you did end up going even at 2-2. Sean and I both went 1-3. And unfortunately, after I hyped up the parlay of the week at the end of the last episode, nobody hit their parlay of the week bet. So that means we all have one extra shot, which means Sean and I will have 4 and Nick will have 3. So hope you boys are ready. I got this nice full Bull and Bear, cocked and loaded. Might finish the whole bottle in this episode. That's just kind of how I'm feeling lately.
Be a fun episode.
Right, it'll be great. What were we talking about before the episode? That I said I wanted some shots at me before we talked about the filament.
Oh, the firmament.
Yeah,
Firmament.
the firmament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we might get into the firmament a little bit later. We'll see. I'll go first since I absolutely suck. 1-3 back-to-back weeks. I am depressed when it comes to betting. MLB starting last week. I went with the Pirates, Mets, Nerfy because that's Paul Skeens and Freddie Peralta. No, of course Freddie Peralta gives up like a 2-run bomb in the first inning. Skeens gets chased in the bottom of the first. He gives up like 5 runs. Now, O'Neal Cruz could not catch a fly ball in center field, so I don't know if all 5 of those were Paul Skeens' fault, but I mean, come on. So that Nerfy parlay didn't hit. My solo bet that did hit was the Brewers White Sox over 8. Now, I did say that the Brewers could cover that by themselves, which they did. And the Crew is off to a 5-1 start as we are recording this podcast, so that is sweet. So some other losers for me. Nebraska -1.5 against Iowa in March Madness. Iowa won outright. It's completely wrong on that one. And then for the parlay of the week, I picked the Blue Jays -1.5 in their first game of the season against the Oakland A's. The Blue Jays did win that game, but they only won by 1 run, so I got cucked by the run line. So, anyways, I'm just gonna get after it here, and I don't know. I don't have anything else to say besides I am sorry for letting you down, and I promise to be better, especially after I get some Bull and Bear in me.
Sean, you can take it since you
Can't
have
wait. Oh,
one more shot than me.
lovely. Yeah. So I'm going to be drinking some Terralage Tequila Blanco. My fiance had got this, and she said that she fucking hated it, and it was terrible. So she's like, "You can have it." So that's what I'm rocking with. It's going to be just a time. So I, like Brogan alluded to, I went 1-3. One of my losses, Brewers moneyline / Nerfy at +164. Now the Brewers did win 14-1. Unfortunately, the 1 run by the White Sox came in the first inning when Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz, gave up a fucking piss missile off. I don't even know if he got it. It might have been the first or second batter to just start the year. So wasn't pumped. Wasn't thrilled about that. Fortunately, though, the Crew won, which helped me out for my next one that did hit. Brewers Dodgers money line. Brewers won pretty handily. Dodgers, they were down pretty early against the Diamondbacks, and they came back, I believe, in like the 5th inning or something. They were down 4-0 or 4-1, and then eventually they ended up swarming back. So that's awesome for them. Going to be a fun year for the Dodgers. Next one, Iowa State versus Tennessee at -3.5. That didn't hit. I thought Iowa State was Final Four bound. Again, Rick Barnes in the tournament. We were just a game off. We were just so close to a game off because they got the brakes beaten off of them in the next game. But that's all right. So we got who'd they play? Oh, Michigan. Michigan just beat the shit out of them. But unfortunately, Iowa State couldn't get the job done. Down too many injuries. It is what it is. And the other one, Houston. I really thought Houston was gonna beat the Republic of Illinois because of the amount of Eastern Europeans that they have on NIL deal there. So Unfortunately, not. Their guard play was lackluster, to say the least, and yeah, they just kind of got worked too. So it was very, very disappointing. So I got 3 shots, gonna be 4, and we'll explain that later on. But here's to this fucking episode.
All right. I went 2-2 last
Oh.
week. Dude, it sounded like you were gonna fucking
It's
vomit.
so bad. It's so bad.
Dude, you just gurgled.
Oh, I got 3 more of this?
Don't be a shitty fucking gambler,
Oh, this
then,
is
buddy.
fucking terrible. Oh my god. Oh.
Okay. So
Oh.
I went 2-2 last week, and it's really funny how I went 2-2 because I don't know baseball. So before the podcast started, I conversed with Sean and Broke, and I'm like, guys, I need some fucking heaters for this week. So those two helped me pick my only 2 baseball picks last week, and my only
welcome.
2 baseball picks hit last week, which was the Orioles fucking money line at -143 and the Dodgers/Blue Jays money line at 117. So Brogan unfortunately got cucked by the line, but as long as they won, my fucking parlay hit, and I'm not a huge, I don't put a lot of money on my sports bets. So when I threw $100 down on that little parlay of mine and that hit, I was quite happy. So thank you, boys, for helping me hit my baseball bets last week. Maybe we should put the hive mind together a little bit more like that for some baseball bets. Only for me though, so I can reap the benefits. But my other 2 the UFC Barber decision fucking just didn't happen.
Oh god, that was so far wrong.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my
I
god.
couldn't be any more wrong. It shit happens, bro. Shit happens, Especially
It was the first knockout submission I've ever seen.
Yeah, so the UFC, a single fucking punch can put you out. A single mistake can put you out. So it's like you're flipping the coin almost every time. And the Barber decision, just didn't happen. It happens. Then the NCAA Michigan State. Sean, do you have any comments about the Michigan State game? On how they didn't fucking win?
Yeah, I mean, Ann Hurley's a good coach. I thought Tom Izzo was going to be a better coach, especially in March, but UConn came to play. Michigan State didn't. I mean, it was whatever. It was a good game from what I recall. I think Michigan State started out really slow, and they just never were able to quite recover. But game of runs, they just needed. If the game was longer, maybe. But
yeah, no. Michigan State started, getting better and better as the game went on, but unfortunately, you have to play all of the game. You have to play a complete game to win most games. So, unless if you're the Bears this past season, where you only have to play a good 4th quarter somehow. Yeah, so 2-2. So I will be taking 3 shots this week because we all missed the parlay of the week. That was plus 800. This is the first time since November that we've all missed the part. So actually, you guys want to hear a fun stat from the stats department?
Yeah, stat that, please.
We've hit as many parlays of the week as we've all completely missed the parlay of the week. We are 2 hits and we are 2 complete misses.
Yeah. And so if you're a bettor out there, this is a good point to make, that straight bets are your friend if you want to make money. If you want to have a good time, sure, bet the parlays. There's nothing better than hitting a big parlay. But if you want to make a little jangle for your pocket, hit those straight bets.
The straight bets will save you.
Right, just not my straight bets because I'm fucking ice cold right. Fade me. But
what I did last year, I was pretty successful for the most part. Is I would just, I'd make a parlay if I had a parlay going on, and I would just straight bet like all down the line, So if I had a 5-leg parlay, I would straight bet each of the legs and then put a smaller amount on the parlay. And it worked out pretty well for me because most of the time I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not I'm not typically an idiot. So like, it worked out for the most part. I ended up
Just strong
positive.
bankroll management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 shots. It's just vodka. I'm making my way down the fucking bottle.
Just vodka. I'll trade you. I'll trade you next time. I'll trade you when I see you this weekend. I'll give you this fucking bottle.
Have any of you guys had Happy Dad before? This is not
I've heard of
sponsored.
it. Never had it.
This is not
I've heard of
sponsored
it.
by Happy Dad. This shit fucking slaps. It is so good. It is actually a delicious little seltzer.
Would you say you're
So-
a happy dad?
I hope to God I'm not a dad, but there's probably
Oh, you're
there's
probably one, buddy.
some
You're probably
little,
out there.
Dude, there's some like little Latino Nick running around out there, or like I don't know, dude. Somewhere out there in the streets of fucking Milwaukee, there's a little Latino Nick out there that's trying to gamble. So
yeah.
They just won't let him into Pato. He's so pissed.
Right.
dude, he got banned, bro. He got banned.
A little Nico or something.
Yeah.
Nico, I'm a Leva. I'm a Leva.
Last one. Here we go.
Yeah. Man, it sucks being cold. So it's a dark feeling being cold. You know, you wanna instead of being warmed up by these shots, I want to be warmed up by us all going 4-0. All of us giving a shot to each other because one of our other commandments, right, is if somebody does go undefeated, you get to give out a shot to somebody else. So, what a wonderful time to be alive when we all go 4-0. The parlay of the week hits. It'll be truly wonderful. All right, well, let's move on to some of the news. I don't know if you guys heard, but the Browns are looking into trading potentially 5 years of their picks in the NFL. And, I heard about some Browns fans that, this poor Browns fan, when he heard of the Browns wanting to trade 5 years of their draft picks, his bungalow groaned like it too had finally given up on him. And that's just sad to hear, that this Browns fan doesn't even have a house. He just has a bungalow, and his bungalow wants to give up on him because the Browns are trading away their future. So I would liken what the Browns are wanting to do to what Sean wants to do in our fantasy league of just continuously trade the future, never necessarily try to just keep punting, we're Iowa football here. We're just going to keep punting. And eventually 10, 15 years down the road, maybe 20, we're going to have the dream team. Is that right, Sean?
So as the true believer in trading for the future, and I directly go against Stan Kroenke and the GM of the Rams when they say fuck them picks. Those picks are important, but I think that it's hypothetically. I know you have a once in a generation talent in Myles Garrett, but you don't think that you could get 3, 4, maybe if you can get 5 first rounders or 4 first rounders and a second or two second rounders or so, that could elevate the Cleveland Browns to new heights for them, like uncharted territories.
Okay,
You got
that's
5
if you
different
hit the
cracks.
fucking picks. That's if you
Oh,
hit them.
not. I mean, it's just
How many
the
picks
sheer
did the
quantity.
Cleveland Browns fucking hit?
It's the sheer quantity of you might eventually stumble into one.
Yeah, true.
And okay, hey, if that
But
happens
it's
to be
the
a
Cleveland
quarterback,
fucking Browns.
you're right. Any other competent organization, like if you were to say the Chargers could trade Joey Bosa at the height of his prime for 4 first round picks, would you do
Nobody.
that?
Nobody in their fucking right mind would take Joey Bosa for 4 first-round picks.
Keenan Allen then at
Nobody
the
would
height.
take Keenan Allen for it. You'd have to trade Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert would be
No. You're thinking Keenan Allen present day. I'm talking like 2015 Keenan Allen.
the wide receiver's not that valuable.
We're going back in time here. We're going back
Wide
in time.
receiver's not that valuable.
Well, you might be a GM that thinks that, but there might be a different GM that really values wide receivers. Like, oh, I got this quarterback. All he needs is a weapon or two. Fuck them picks. We're not drafting a wide receiver. We're getting a bona fide stud in Keenan Allen. I don't know.
When was the last time a wide receiver, like a wide receiver, was traded for like a first-round pick?
Devontae Adams.
Was he to the Raiders?
Yeah, we got 2 first round picks out of that.
We got 2 first-rounders for Devon.
No, 1 and a second.
Damn, cuh. Damn.
Yeah, I mean all pro talent, game recognizes game. I mean, come on.
I mean, I get it. Like, if you're a GM, I completely understand where the Rams are coming from. Why take the chance on some random unknown fucking player when you could
I think
take a
they
player?
put it fully in mind with trading Myles Garrett, I would assume. Otherwise, why would you offer that? Like, what else do the Browns have to offer? Or like to possibly get multiple first round picks?
Yes.
It sure shit ain't gonna be Deshaun Watson. Like it's
You don't know that.
I mean, yeah, if some
What?
organization wants to punt on the future instead of back
200,
2 decades,
230 million guaranteed ain't worth 5 first round picks.
no, no. I did like that. Haslam, the also co-owner of the Bucks, which if I mean, we can either wait until these shots hit me, or we can go into it if I have an offer weekend next, and I just fucking ramble about the Bucks for 35 minutes about how the Haslams have ruined everything they touch. It's the opposite of the whatever the gold guy, Midas. It's just the opposite. Just absolute garbage and travesties just coming their way.
Yeah, because when did he get the Bucks ownership? Like 2023 or something? And
Yep,
it's
the
just
year
been-
everything went wrong.
Yep.
Tragic.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways, at least the crew's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard.
I mean, we got that until they run into the buzzsaw that is the Los Angeles Dodgers. But
Sean, I gotta ask. You said you put a substantial amount of your bankroll on the Bucks making the playoffs this year.
yeah, no, not well. No, so I put
Well,
I put $10.
Okay.
This one was just a $10 to win like 100 or whatever that they would make the playoffs. This was when they were within punching distance of the 10 seed.
Uh-huh.
Because I think any rational human would think, oh, healthy Giannis as a 10 seed, probably beat the 9, and then probably beat the eighth seed. They get into the playoffs. That's how they do it. That's how they get you with the DraftKings, FanDuel, anything. Got to watch that, read the fine print.
mm-hmm.
And then I also had them to make the play-in, and I also had them to get 35-plus wins. Because I thought if they're getting 35-plus wins, they're probably getting it in the play-in as well.
So
None of those are going to hit.
what was the most money you put on the Bucks this year?
Well, for the 35, it was 700.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, timeout.
that was a bummer.
Timeout.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Like
Yeah.
dollars or pesos?
Yeah, dollars, U.S. American.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough time.
Was that pre NBA season?
Nah,
Was that?
Okay, I was gonna say because that line would have been crazy.
I couldn't have fucking bought higher though when they were. It was tragic.
Damn, I didn't know you were invested that much.
I love my Bucks.
I remember
I love my
Sean's,
Bucks.
I remember when Sean was talking about it. He's like, "You guys should get in on
Yeah,
this."
yeah. Remember when I said that this would be determined whether or not I'd have a good April? Yeah, I'm having a bad April. yeah. April 1st for all of you listening.
I'm so sorry, Sean.
Well,
Yeah, well,
there's a few people who are also having bad Aprils. Tiger Woods. Well, I guess it was March technically when the accident happened, but Tiger Woods flips his car in like a 15-mile-an-hour zone. Gets arrested for DUI, but blows all zeros. Are we out on Tiger Woods? I don't know if you guys have ever been in. I love golf, but
his last match or Masters run was awesome. I mean,
Yep.
I'll always like Tiger. I lean a little bit more Phil Mickelson just because of the lefty that I am. But yeah, no, I mean I like him. I respect him. The dude shouldn't be driving.
right.
Yeah, somebody
He
needs to
should not
just
be
pull
driving.
his license. Somebody just needs
Like,
to
just
pull his
have an Uber, call a guy.
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand how like massive celebrities or NFL players get like, oh, like Henry Ruggs. Oh, he was speeding. He was going over 100 some miles an hour in Vegas or whatever. Yeah, that shit's gonna happen. I too also like to test the limits of my car and hit triple digits. It's a fun time. I'm also stone cold sober.
Right.
Okay,
Like,
but
what are
Henry
you
Ruggs
doing?
also killed 2
Allegedly, also all of this
Right.
is allegedly.
Yeah.
But
Not the Henry Ruggs one.
well, no, me.
Oh, okay,
But-
No.
I was like, what do you mean? Henry Ruggs is in jail.
No, Henry Ruggs is on parole though soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
What I hate
Could be
to see
getting a work
though,
permit in the NFL.
I hate to see people trying to defend Tiger though, because like what if Tiger hits you and like injures you or your family? Like, then are you
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh come on, like just because Tiger does cool things in the sports world, and this isn't just Tiger, this is Henry Ruggs, this is every athlete who has this shit, where people like feel bad for the athlete. Like, why do you
No.
feel bad? This person's a bad guy. Like,
I wouldn't say
they
they're
are
bad.
endangering people.
I wouldn't say okay. Yeah, maybe they are.
I
I
can
don't think
understand the
they're
amount of
bad person. I think they're
pressure.
just fucking stupid.
Right, but you see people saying they're
Yeah.
still Team Tiger. It's
No,
like,
no, you
Yeah.
can't. You
what
can't
the
be.
fuck?
You can't be.
Like,
No. He's just
I
lucky
don't
he
know.
hasn't killed anybody yet.
Right.
This is the second time he almost lost his leg in the first one.
Well, that was like his third one that he almost lost his leg.
Third.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's happened
Anyways,
before. The dude he loves trying to flip cars.
right.
Why does
I
he?
mean,
Somebody just needs to buy. He just needs to buy a realistic racing sim in his house, get drunk, and then just do that.
well,
Stream
so
it on
the-
Twitch. People would love it.
yeah. The thing is, though, it's not even like drunk. Like he's just addicted to painkillers because of all of his like injuries from like his back. He's had surgeries, his leg. Like,
Oh, he's a
so that's why
Bret
like he blew zeros, but he's still got a DUI because it's under the influence of pain. Now they didn't let allegedly painkillers. They didn't. He didn't let him do a urine analysis, so they don't know exactly what's in there. But I think they found 2 pills in his pocket allegedly. So like, I don't know. It's just like I don't get why people celebrate athletes and like feel bad for athletes when they do this shit versus like the guy who was drunk and killed the Goudreau brothers. Everybody's like, that guy's a fucking dipshit. Like, which is true, but why does that same energy not go towards somebody because they're famous? Like,
Because he just has he's built up a loyal fan base and following, and I mean it's not even like it's people older than us. It'd be like people our parents' age, like they just love Tiger. The dude's been in the media and like on the front lines of just golf for
right.
since what he went on it wasn't Carson, it was what talk show did he go on, and he was like 8 or 9 years old and he was like doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, the
Well,
dude's yeah.
and he changed golf. He made golf mainstream.
Oh God,
like,
yeah.
like I get that. I love Tiger the golfer, but it really bothers me like seeing this shit happen and people on Twitter or social media trying to defend him. Like Tiger the Woods the person allegedly very shitty. Tiger Woods the golfer, I would go watch Tiger Woods highlights all day long. Anyways, moving on to somebody else who's having a bad time to start April. Puka Nakua checking into rehab. Now, shout out Puka for maybe realizing that he does need help. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago we were talking about Puka potentially going down the wrong path.
Having the time of his life.
Yeah, so hopefully he's hopefully he's getting on the right side of this and getting things fixed because he might have a new quarterback coming to town potentially in Kirk Cousins.
Nick, do you like that?
I like that. No, I don't. I think Kirk Cousins, even though he's just not the same. He can't move, and if you can't move, you can't fucking perform, especially at the quarterback position when you need it.
He's a year out though. Like he's a year post whatever tearing. Like he was never mobile. He's like Philip Rivers. He's
Yeah, but
damn near a statue
need,
back there.
You need to fucking move around in the pocket. Like you need to. Like it's, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't,
I think a full off season he's going to be a little bit more mobile.
probably. I mean, it's an Achilles, so obviously it takes time and whatnot. I think he'd be a really good person for like the Browns to pick up for like a backup to help mentor the fucking slew of quarterbacks that they have.
They had Deshaun
Shador.
Watson to do all the mentoring, brother.
Yeah. They got Shador. They got Dylan Gabriel. Deshaun's going to take him to like the some massage parlors, like get them all worked out, get that deep tissue massage.
Hell
It'll be
yeah.
fine. It'll
Maybe
be
Kirko
good.
Chains could put Deshaun Watson on the path of God. Thoughts?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, he is a Bible thumper. So.
Maybe Kirko Chains could fucking turn Deshaun Watson's career around if he went to Cleveland. Maybe he could maybe he could make Deshaun Watson see the error in his ways.
Doubtful. I'm not sure Deshaun Watson knows what year it is because he thinks he's still got it.
When was the last time he fucking had it? Like 2019?
Well, he went to the Browns in what, like 2022? So like, yeah, right
Clemson
around,
was
right
pretty
around
relevant still, so
COVID. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was the year right before COVID.
right. He was fun to watch back in the day, but then
Dare I
God,
say COVID-19 killed Deshaun Watson?
right. Unfortunate. You know what is not unfortunate though? Uh, I heard today that there's going to be no more ESPN Monday Night doubleheaders. So I think that's a huge win. Nothing's more annoying than seeing one Monday night game start at 6 and one start at like 7. Um, even having a ability to split those on YouTube TV, it's still annoying to have two games in prime time going on at the same time. Obviously, love Sunday Ticket, Sunday during the day and afternoon, have all the fucking games. But Thursday
Got
night,
water this
Sunday
close the
night,
whole fucking
Monday
time.
night, those games have to be by themselves.
Yeah, keep them premier, dude. Like I don't
Right.
want to have to divert my attention on those specific nights. Like I want to watch whatever fucking football game that is, unless if it's the Bears. Actually, I will be hate watching the Bears.
It's
But
well, it's also super annoying because what was last year? We had like a really good one on the East Coast, and then we just flip it to the West Coast where it's like either the Raiders or maybe the Rams or somebody was hosting one, and that shit didn't get over till like 11:30,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that good of a game.
yeah,
I just remember watching that and just being annoyed.
yeah. No, I hate that shit. They can't.
So yeah, I mean that's super cool that I guess ESPN's realizing that that was not cool and getting done with that. Um, One good thing about April, though, right, is we got the NFL draft coming up. Last year, we were live in person. Unfortunately, we didn't have the pod going on, but we were boots on the ground for the NFL draft last year.
I got
This
VIP
year?
tickets.
Yep, you did. This year, I don't think we plan to be boots on the ground unless you boys want to be. I'm always down for a road trip.
Where's that this
but
year?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Oh my god.
I got vacation days to burn.
Hell yeah. I'll rent the van. Don't tempt us with a good time. All right, maybe we will be boots on the ground. Anyways, we got the NFL draft coming up in 3 weeks. I think it's like April 23rd. Are
Get
we gonna do
100
something-
followers on YouTube and we'll go. Or
Yeah,
100 subscribers on YouTube before
A
the
lot of
draft
good,
and we'll go.
a lot of good content.
3 weeks to get to 100 subscribers, and we will be. Watch somebody bought some subscribers, and all of a sudden we're gonna be in fucking Pittsburgh.
Again, sounds like a great time actually.
Are we gonna mock anything? I've never been a big mock guy. Maybe let us know in the comments for all of you that watch this wonderful podcast if you guys would like to see anything mock draft.
Could be
wise.
us. Could be 20 new randoms.
Right.
Hello, welcome.
What? Hey.
But yeah, I mean that's always one exciting thing about April. I feel like the NFL kind of slows down after the combine, and then obviously with the draft, every team feels like their draft picks are great, unless you're the Packers consistently taking a defensive player, then you pick Matthew Golden, then you never use him. But I digress.
Not this year. Not this year.
With Romeo Dobbs out, good for Romeo Dobbs for getting a paycheck
the
with New
house.
England. He got
Right.
a lot of money. Good for Romeo Dobbs. I like Romeo Dobbs. Great guy, great player. He is one of the best players I've ever seen. Okay, no.
What was that?
I was trying to do.
I know
a
what
really
you're
shitty
going
Donald
for,
Trump,
but
really
what the
shitty
fuck
Donald
was
Trump.
that?
Okay, I'm really excited to see Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, and Dontavian Wicks out there. That I really have high hopes.
So is
for.
Jaden Reed in the backfield, or where's Reed at?
He's gonna
Doesn't
be
fit on
running
the three,
ball.
brother.
He's gonna be running the ball, bro. The fucking Matt
Yeah.
LaFleur is gonna have him in some fucking stupid position, getting.
Tavy, wait, show some goddamn respect. Jaden Reed, come on.
Dontavian Wicks has the feet. He doesn't have the hands yet.
No.
Devontae Adams had the same trajectory. Devontae Adams couldn't catch shit.
Do not. Do
I'm
not.
not-
No.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm not saying
You're
I'm
comparing
not-
Dontavian Wicks to a multi-time All-Pro?
I'm not saying that he will live up to Devontae Adams. I'm saying Devontae Adams couldn't catch his first 2 years in the league, right? Well, Devontae Adams couldn't fucking catch, right? And he had great route running.
I don't think he had a dropping ability. I
Yes,
just
he
don't
did.
think.
Yes, he did. Devontae
Yeah,
Adams
like his
fucking,
rookie year was bad.
Devontae
Oh, yeah,
Adams was
his
hot
rookie year.
His Devontae Adams was hot dog shit for at least 2 years in the league, straight up. He was horrible. Well, catching the ball, he was horrible. Not saying Dontavian Wicks will be Devontae Adams. I'm just saying sometimes players take time to develop. Dontavian Wicks has the footwork. He just needs.
What year
the
is this for
hands.
Dontavian Wicks, though? This
think
isn't
this-
year 2. This isn't year 3.
I think this is year 3.
No.
I think this is year 3. Might be year 4, but I think this is either year 3 or
Stats
4.
department's looking it up.
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah. So he was drafted in 2023.
Eat shit! Eat fucking shit!
Damn. Damn.
God damn it! Why are you questioning me on my dates?
Tough out here.
Rest in peace.
I could just see
headphone
him being
listeners.
like in the league since 2019. You're like, he's gonna come around. He's gonna jump. He's
No.
gonna get out of it.
No, and Devontae Adams is dog shit. Well, no, I shouldn't say dog shit. He couldn't catch that great for the first 2 years and some change, and then he got better. So, I'm hoping that same trajectory. This is a little copium. I'm hoping that
Okay,
same
so-
trajectory happens to Wicks because Wicks has.
So
really
you're
good
on record. Wicks equals Devontae Adams.
No.
Okay. All right. We all heard it here first.
I hope he becomes a Devontae Adams light.
So we will eventually trade him to the Raiders when he is at the peak of his powers.
Yep, for a first and a second.
Speaking of Tay, though, the sorry to do your job here, Brogan.
No,
Rams
you're doing
Rams
great.
have now shut down the rumors that they are going to be they're going to be trading him. There were some talks.
Didn't that come out? They were like, "Yeah, we were trying to trade him, but we just didn't find anything." Like,
Yeah.
the way it came out was pretty fucking weird.
It was sketchy as all hell. I didn't like why put that out.
Right.
It was weird. Yeah, I mean, so you're telling me he's back on the table, huh?
Right. It's almost like they were just looking to see like people's reactions. Like,
Yeah.
would people be mad if we traded Tay? Is there any team out there that wants Tay? Like, we tried shopping him. We're good people. We're gonna keep him unless you want to give us 2 first-round picks. But we're good people. It's kind of how I took it. Like, it's just kind of sketchy, but
That's odd.
I don't know. I'd take Tay back.
Yeah, I would take Tay back.
I'm not the biggest fan of 30-plus-year-old receivers, but
It's Devontae Adams, so he's one of the best
I mean, yeah,
receivers we've ever had.
I love Tay.
Yeah.
I love Tay.
It would be more of like a nostalgia trip for us to
Right.
get Tay back. In terms of, I don't think it's feasible with a wide
You
receiver.
know who should trade for him? Steelers. That'll guarantee Rodgers gets there.
Yeah.
Like, stays another year. Dude, the Steelers are really high. At least Mike McCarthy's really high on Will Howard, actually. Out there.
Yeah. Will Howard is super young. You know who's not? Rodgers.
Hey, man. If I could study underneath
He's got
Rodgers-
one, maybe 2 last hurrahs.
And he even had like a solid. There's a couple of games where he just put up stinkers, but for the most part, he's still solid. Like, that's the surprising part about it. A year off of Achilles, he's still a top 32 quarterback in the league. I would put him right
Nice.
around like the 16, like 16 to 18 mark.
Yeah.
So like he's
Well,
still good.
I mean, even still in his latter, the back 9 of his career, some of his all right or average is still some of the Bears' best years. I mean, if we're gonna call out a franchise, I mean, most quarterbacks like career years, or the city of possibly Gary, Indiana, because I did see. I don't know if Brogan, you put this on the rundown. It will be making a decision on the stadium within the next few months. So
God,
That does not make
the
sense.
Gare
to me.
Bears coming. Gare Bears are coming.
God, I would.
They
have
made
a
the
field
decision.
day on Twitter.
They're going to Arlington Heights. Now they're going to Gary, Indiana. Can they just fucking pick a place? Like,
No.
what the fuck is going on?
It's-
They're literally
it's
doing a
just like-
fucking.
It's just like their quarterbacks, man. They like juggling them. You
Right.
never
As a
know what you're gonna
fan-
get. You never know what you're
As a
gonna get.
football fan in South Central Wisconsin, I'd love it if they go to Arlington Heights. That's way closer than Chicago. Bring it on. Let's go.
And I don't know if we ever brought this up on previous podcasts, but something that I don't like is the Packers are looking at renaming
shit's
Lambeau
dumb.
Field.
That shit's dumb. You do not do that.
If you do that, you're gonna lose so many fans. You better
Yeah.
fucking not.
Well, you're not going to lose fans, but you're going to have piss off a lot of people.
I mean, there'd
people
be
are-
some fucking some
Dude.
person would be like,
You can't.
Not
You
mu-
can't rename Lambo. You cannot.
That's the same shit that of people that write letters. They're just old. They're just bitter. No,
right?
no,
You
they ain't
can't.
going anywhere. Come on,
No,
it's
but that's-
football. It's the NFL. No,
80% of the
completely agree.
Packers season ticket holders are fucking people that write letters.
But the
They
thing
don't-
is-
nobody gets rid of them.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean,
I wanna
season
be
ticket
one of 'em.
holders are on a
Yeah.
50-year wait list, so like it doesn't matter.
Right.
They'll
We
get-
would love to be season ticket holders, and we got
We
yelled
are
at the
close,
Packer game
baby.
4 years ago when we were standing cheering for the Packers.
That's
Remember
just
that?
yeah, fucking those old folks need to die.
Yeah.
Dude,
I think
Remember,
I am. What
Sean
am I
said
like?
that, not
I am.
Edgar for legal purposes.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
we
I'm
don't
not worried
believe
anything.
old people should die, by the way,
I'm
in
not
this
worried anything.
podcast.
Fine, I'll retract the statement. I don't think old people should die, but I think
They should
that
stop going to football games if they don't want to
yeah,
fucking stand up.
sell your tickets if you're not going to stand. I don't
Not
care if you
to-
just got a hip replacement or a knee replacement.
When you're
Stand. It
selling
shows
your
some goddamn
tickets,
respect.
when you're selling your tickets, do not sell them to the opposing fan, though. All right, sell them
Yep.
to other Packers fans. We don't want to see
Well, yeah.
fucking disgusting colors at Lambeau.
I know a
Green
guy.
and, green and gold or brown, I guess, or brown and navy blue, dark
Yeah.
navy blue
Yeah,
only.
yeah, something like that.
I know
Or
a guy
all-
who
all
would
white?
love to take out some old people. Are you thinking who I'm thinking?
Where is this going?
Dan Hurley.
Oh hell yeah!
Just what a freak show. Did you guys see that video?
I
So
actually didn't. I didn't.
the final
I'm
four.
Nick, pull it up. It's
Final four is set. Okay, UConn made it obviously because we're talking about Dan Hurley. They're playing Illinois, and then we have potentially one of the best Final Four games ever,
Did he
and that's
headbutt?
coming from somebody who's not a huge
Check it out.
college basketball fan. Arizona, Michigan. But before we get to those games, let's go back to last week where UConn overcame a 19-point deficit, I believe, to beat Duke.
This
and
is
at
one of
the
the worst sequences of coaching I've ever seen.
There is 3/10 left on the clock after the shot is made for UConn. So the game is not over. UConn is up 73-72, but the game is not over. There's still time on the clock. Dan Hurley puts his head onto the official's head and like fucking stares at him.
Oh, did any of you see the the press conference afterwards?
I didn't see it, no.
Stone faced, he's like, I thought he was going for a chest bump.
Hold up.
It's
Okay.
absolutely incredible.
How many times do you see fucking referees chest bumping the coaches after a big shot? What a take. That's unbelievable.
I know. No, he should have gotten a tactical, like an assistant or something ran close out onto the field. I mean, really chesting up to an official alone should be enough for a technical. I'm glad that they didn't call it for the sake of the game and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if it goes to overtime, they don't probably come out of it, but
There was
it's absolutely
contact.
awesome.
Like there
I
was
have the video
Dan
going
Hurley.
right
It was
referee. There
skull
was-
on skull. It wasn't quite like crown to crown, but
No.
again, I heard somebody saying like you're putting the hardest part of your body on another person's hardest part of your body and just
Right.
pushing forward. Like, what are you doing?
It's unbelievable.
Dude,
Shout out UConn. Shout out Dan Hurley.
And really, I'm all the way in. Like I've always kind of been a fan, but holy shit, that dude's a fucking psycho. Have you, Brogan? You would have seen it if anything. Because I think I called him his brother's name the other last week. But what the fuck is it? Not Bob.
Dan
Whatever.
Hurley's brother?
Yeah, Dan Hurley. He used to coach
Isn't
at
it Bob?
Arizona. Let's see here.
Bobby Hurley?
Right? Yeah. God damn it, I'm good. Yeah.
That's a first. That's a first thing you
I
got
think
right.
that is.
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
so Dan and Bobby Hurley, there's a video of them coaching God knows where. But they were literally like, they both stood up there like, that's 5 seconds, like doing the same arm gesture and everything. You're like, that's a foul. He got him on the arm. It was absolutely incredible. So I would recommend to you guys and all the listeners to watch that. Watch whatever poor team had to fucking run a marathon worth of sprints during a practice.
Yeah. Nick, did you
They
see
had
the video?
fucking Hurley
I
brothers
pulled up the
coaching.
video. It was a little bit scuffed when I pulled it up,
Hmm.
but the viewers got to see it too. So
Oh, shit.
yeah, I pulled it
We're
up
big
for
time.
Lovely.
everybody. I pulled it up for
Oh,
lovely.
Earl one.
Sweet. But yeah,
Lovely.
just wild that like even if there's no at any point it is wild to just do that. There's still time on the clock. How's that not a technical? Unreal.
I got
But-
nothing.
Dude,
For yeah, unbelievable. We get to see Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies though. First game on Saturday against Illinois, and then like I said, the nightcap Arizona Michigan might be one of the best Final Four games ever. Those two teams are like
It's Bucky and Kentucky from about
Yeah.
10 years ago.
I think they're ranked, both of those teams, like top 5 KenPom teams of all time or something, which like KenPom is like the rankings that I don't know. I don't know college basketball that well. I just saw that like on Twitter or some shit.
He
But
also
like,
does curling.
does he really?
Yeah, it's literally
No way.
basketball and curling. I swear to God.
Can we get him on the pod? Oh, we definitely can't. But he sounds like a
We
fucking
can't get
interesting.
Ken Pomeranian. We don't have a budget for that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to Pittsburgh, I thought we were just expanding. We were gonna have guests.
Yeah,
We're,
that's
we're
true.
going boots on the ground. Like we're
We
getting
should.
big time.
We should go to the draft and just start interviewing randoms. Start
That
giving out stickers.
that might be what blasts us off to the moon.
Could be.
To
could
the
be.
moon. Just
On
like
the way,
launch
we could
today.
drive through Michigan. Good pull. Good pull.
Thank you.
We could drive through Michigan and ride the rocket while we're going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we could lose everything.
Or you can make back all the money you're going to spend on that trip
Hmm.
in one go.
That's
That's
true.
that's the beauty of betting, baby. That's why we're here, right?
Mhm.
That's
Uh,
life. That's gambling.
So yeah, could this be the Big Ten's year though? I mean, there is a chance we get an All Big Ten final if Illinois and Michigan win.
You have a chance for all or possibly nothing.
Right. Nick, what do you think? Who's winning the national championship?
Dude, it's just a fucking coin flip at this point. It's just, honestly, I will not be betting on this national championship at all. This is quite literally
That's
a coin
lame.
flip, in my humble opinion.
That's some weak
Dude,
shit.
What are you gonna bet on the UFL instead?
I don't know. I don't know.
Stay
I don't
tuned.
know.
Oh,
We might be breadcrumbing. But
Never
dude,
do that again.
dude, I don't know, bro. It's just like it's a coin flip at this point, and I'm not too comfortable in coin flips to participate in that. The one thing I am comfortable participating in is the Bears under win total at 9.5.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Are you,
all.
are you also going to put your nuts on the table on that one?
How much you put
Put them
down
on a
on that?
chopping block.
I'm going to wait until after the draft. We get a little bit closer, and then I will place the bet. But right now, I'm thinking it's going to be the largest bet I've ever placed in my little life. So,
Damn.
which isn't
That
that
was
much.
my thoughts. That was my thoughts a couple months ago, and I just wanted to put my nuts on the chopping block, and they got chopped.
I don't think so. I think.
I mean, if the Bucks go, if the Bucks technically, it's not dead. They got to go 5-2 in the next 7, and they're down by 18. So 5-1 down the stretch against some top competition.
you fucking inhaling that copium right now, buddy. You're just fucking straight on fucking.
I'll get a second job. I'll work that shit out. I ain't worried about that. That's just money, baby. Can't take it with you. Again, I was hammered all weekend, more opening weekend of March Madness. I was just telling my dad anytime I had a bet or I lost a hand on the blackjack table. At the end of the day, what are we really? We're just stardust floating around. We're just particles that happen to mash together. We can't take this shit with you. Have fun,
Right.
enjoy life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Tell that to your fiance when you gamble her engagement ring on black. See how that.
And then she gets 2 engagement rings.
Ooh.
Gonna get married twice.
Right. And what happens if the firmament just collapses tomorrow and then we're all dead?
Exactly.
You know?
Nobody knows for the nobody knows for sure what's gonna happen.
Right.
You can live life, have fun, do whatever you gotta do.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen. Up
Got all the
next on
answers,
our
huh?
bets for this match.
Well, Nick, you said you
That
didn't
would've been
like
a solid transition.
50-50 things. You don't like coin flips. Sean, you say you don't know what's going to happen. But don't worry. Major League Baseball has both of those problems solved because with the ABS system, balls and strikes are fucking called correctly now. You're going to see the batters going like this. You're going to see catchers going like this. And guess what? CB Buckner might be fucking blind as a bat.
Oh
He's
my
no
God.
longer screwing your team because they can challenge it.
I don't like that that was fucking awful last night. I will say that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. But I do hope he's okay.
Yep, he
I
took
mean,
a
like-
foul tip off the mast today and left the game.
As a human being, like I'd prefer that he can see and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It was over 100 miles an hour too.
Yep, because the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, was on the mound. But you get 2 challenges per game, right? And if you're wrong, you lose a challenge. But the pitch clock saved baseball. The ABS system might elevate baseball.
The ABS system's fucking awesome.
It
I
is
absolutely
sweet.
love it.
And the Dodgers winning the World Series and the lockout next year is going to kill
Gonna
baseball
save it.
again.
Gonna
So,
save it.
We just got to enjoy this season while we can. The ABS system is sweet. Absolutely love it.
So, Brogan, have you been seeing any of these like the weekend highlights of? I think it was the Reds series or season opener, and I forget who they were playing, but it was a questionable call. It was like I think it was a 1-2 count, and it was in the bottom of the inning, I believe, and a dude like he tapped his helmet. They went to the replay, and it was called a ball. It was like inches off the strike zone. Crowd erupts. It goes 2-2. And then another just strike looking, or called strike 3 looking. Should have been. But hits it again. Full count. Electric. Absolutely love it.
Didn't he ground out to second, though?
No, I didn't see. Now the video cut out there for good reason. I didn't know. I'd like to think maybe he walked him. Maybe he walked him. Maybe he didn't. I don't give a shit. If you're able to do that, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. And I thought, oh, this shit's going to take a while. Takes like 10 seconds tops. Right. Mm-hmm. This is great. And it also gives a little bit of accountability to some umps. I saw some that are like that are like right down the middle that shouldn't be challenged. But I also see some that are like just a hair outside. And like, yeah. Hold them accountable. Put their feet to the fire a little bit here.
Yeah, it's perfect. I think a lot of people, including me, I was a little concerned about like, is this taking the game out of baseball? Because if it's just all automatic, like there is something nice to being able to like push the limit. So having only 2 talent challenges, like you got to be strategic. Like if you use them in shitty situations and lose them, then you're gonna get fucking rung up with the bases loaded, and not have that opportunity. So yeah, it's a cool dynamic. Like you said, the Reds crowd was getting into it with those getting overturned too. So it's a huge momentum thing too. Great for baseball. Love that baseball's back. And as Nick said, we might be a fucking baseball pod. We all love football, but our baseball bets have been pretty hot. Sean's dropping Nerfies on our Twitter account.
Oh, yeah.
So let's make sure you're following that.
B_A_R_podcast. Is it
I believe
podcast?
So.
Yeah. On
I think
Twitter.
It's just bar podcast, yeah.
Yeah. All
Sean is dropping Nerfies. He's
4-2 in the early season, baby. Let's go.
He's on fire, baby. He's on fire.
Let's go. Nick, so is this the year that you are fully in on baseball? Does this change your life?
I don't think I'll be fully in on baseball. I think I will be listening to the experts, aka Sean and Brogan here, on what the fuck I should be betting for baseball to make me some money. So if you guys want to make some fucking money, you know what I mean, follow the Twitter account, follow what Sean and Brogan are going to be pushing out there for good old bets. If it's not evident by what I did last week with the Orioles money line and Dodgers Blue Jays parlay, you're missing out on free money. So that's it.
all right.
That's it, guys. That's it, guys. I have nothing to say about baseball.
Baseball suck. Let's go to a Madison Allards game.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I would love to go. I love going to baseball games in person. I like doing it more in person. I feel like it's a lot more fun to go to a ball game tailgate. Go to a ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to go to Naruto night for the Brewers.
When is that?
I don't know. I think you're busy, but it's like Naruto jersey. Anyways, it would be sweet, but I think you're busy.
Stats department will look it up.
Yeah. All right. Any other news we should talk about before we look at the dogs that are completely silent?
Yeah, no, the dogs have been put down.
Is there any other news we want to talk about?
No, the dogs have been rabid. We put down the dogs.
Wait.
Are we gonna do any dogs this week?
Yeah, I got a dog, but
okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go over all the theme nights for the Brewers. Just fucking rattling them off real quick.
Sure, why not?
Please do.
4/24 Star Wars night, 5/12 Bark at the Park, 5/22 Boy Band night.
Our dogs will be hot that night.
6/3. God. 6/3 Backyard Baseball night. 6/17 Pokemon Go night. 6
Fuck
night
yeah.
or 7/19 Paw Patrol Day. Eight
hell yeah, dude.
5 is Naruto night. I don't.
Yeah.
Are you sure I'm busy that night?
I brought it up when it came out, and
Eight,
I feel like
five?
somebody said that they were busy, and
I think that was me. I think I'll be coaching.
oh,
I
well,
think
Nick, we can go.
You guys
I
can go.
think that night I'll be free. I think that night I'll be free.
Okay.
8/9 Sesame Street Day. 8/19
Hell, yeah, Big
for
Bird.
all of you Hello Kitty enjoyers. 8/19 is Hello Kitty night. 8/28 Country Music night. That would actually be kind of sick. Baseball is like the time I would
Yeehaw.
actually like unironically listen to some country music. And then 9/25 is Peanuts night. So, for Naruto night, you get Naruto themed Brewers jerseys,
Oh, yeah.
which that's high key fucking dope.
I want to hear
I-
Bill Schroeder sell that one.
And then for the Star Wars night, because Naruto and Star Wars are kind of my thing, you get some bobbleheads. It looks like it's like a Baby Yoda bobblehead for Star Wars night. So, a little promo for the Brewers. Brewers, please sponsor us. But can they even sponsor us?
Yeah, so
Can
you
they
still
even-
get right on that.
Can they even? Can they even?
Yeah, we could definitely be the official podcast of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, why not? Jackson Churio, give him all the money. Jesus
Well,
Mate,
Cooper Pratt, we're giving him the money,
give them all. Yeah, what did we just sign him for? It was
like
crazy.
50 million or 80 million, or I don't know, a
It's
lot
like
of millions.
decent. That's like one of the top 5,
Yeah.
top 10 contracts in Brewer history.
I don't think he's ever been above AA either. So
Don't matter. We're signing all these young guns like when they're young. I love it.
Yep.
We get.
I mean,
give Jesus Mate a 12-year deal now, tomorrow.
tomorrow, actually tomorrow.
Give him 12 years, 120 million. Call her a day.
All right. Well, you said we put the dogs down scene, but however, you do have a dog. Do you want to
Yeah, I do.
enlighten the viewers on your dog
Yes.
this week?
Yeah, we're pulling her up here. We're going to get the odds. We'll put her in the stat sheet. So it wouldn't be quite a. I mean, again, not the biggest dog, and I think this price has gone down since I've looked. But we got UFC Fight Night. Is it a main card number? Nah. But we're going to the main event of the evening. We got Renato Mancoyo versus Chris Duncan. And mostly I'm rooting for Moncano because I love to hear this dude just put a microphone in his hands, and it's pretty fucking sick. He's I believe he's plus 145. So I'm just hoping I'm probably gonna put a little money on him for the money line just because I want to see something.
You want to feel something?
I like to feel something. I'm human. I'm American. I love this shit. Let's go.
All right. Is that all? Is that the only dog you're gonna have barking?
Yeah, that's the only
Fine.
one I got. Again, slight yapper, but I really thought he was a lot more. So, yeah. What the fuck? Okay, you go.
All right. So I'm testing whether we're a baseball pod or not with my dogs this week. There's not a whole lot of lines out currently because I mean we're recording this on Wednesday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. This podcast is basically that in a nutshell. But so there's only 3 games I think tomorrow on Thursday. At least that's how many lines are out. And we're gonna hit all 3 of those right here, right now in the dogs. So
Love it.
my first dog is it's a big one. Plus 4,000, 40 to 1. The Braves will beat the Diamondbacks 6-4 on April 2nd. So hopefully listen to this podcast early so you can hop in on this too. This is 40 to 1. Braves will win 6-4 against the Diamondbacks on April 2nd. As simple as that, right? I mean, definitely going to hit.
Oh,
It's not fool's gold,
yeah.
baby. It's real
Right.
gold. Hop in on it right now.
This is
Gold
not
rush.
financial advice. This is testing the waters to see how hot we are in baseball. Next, I'm gonna do a little run line parlay. I got burned by the run line last week. We'll see if I get burned again. We're gonna parlay the Mets minus 1.5 against the Giants and the Royals minus 1.5 against the Twins. That's gonna be a little over 4 to 1 if both of those cash on April 2nd as well. So I mean, I love that honestly. We got Peterson going for the Mets against Robbie Ray for the Giants. I don't believe in Robbie Ray personally. And then the Twins have Taj Bradley going against Raggins for the Royals. The Royals might win by 20. So that's why I love the run line in both those games. We'll parlay them together for a dog. It's plus 437 currently on FanDuel, the Blue Book. I think that dog's going to be bargain. So we'll see next week. We might be cashing 40-1 on the Braves though. We'll see. Nick, do you have any dogs?
I did not see any value this week that I
That's
liked enough. I know
completely
I
fine.
am a bitch when it comes to dogs. I have been skipping on dogs very frequently. I promise you, they will come. It's just not now.
Yep,
So
those
the
dogs
NFL
will be
season.
coming home.
I do have one more that I forgot I was going to put down. So Arizona minus 7.5 at plus 262. I feel like there should be more value around there, so I would recommend shopping around on different books. But on the green book, you can get Arizona at minus 7.5 at plus 262. So I co-sign on that one.
All right. Well then
Could be a beatdown coming.
let's move on to our locks for this wonderful first pod in April. Nick, you ran
mind
the
if-
show last week.
Yeah, I was about to say, you mind if I just go first? Because mine are going to be pretty quick and simple. We're going to just
Yeah,
rip
no,
the
I
Band-Aid
was-
off.
I was teeing it up for you. We might have foreshadowed it earlier. We'll see.
This is all the fucking UFL, baby. So we're betting on the UFL unders, okay?
Why are we
They-
doing that?
They only had 1 month to the nuts for training camp. They don't know the playbooks. They don't know shit. They're just out there. And they underperformed last week. Yes, they're gonna get more familiar. They're gonna, get a little bit more familiar with the playbooks, get a whatever. But that also means the defense is gonna get better, right? Almost all the lines are set at 39.5. Barely any of the teams have hit that 40-point mark from last week. So we are just across the fucking board betting on the unders. So Defenders Aviators under 39.5 at minus 102. I genuinely think I might place a fat fucking stack on that game for the under. All right.
Why that game in particular?
Because when I was looking at the Defenders Aviators game, okay, thank you for these questions. So last week, the Aviators hit 16 points. 16 points total. They scored in the first half of the game 6 points. Then the latter half, they added another 10 points, right? Everything
16. Yep.
Yep. Everything I watched out of them was very subpar. Okay, to learn a playbook as complicated as the UFL play. I'm assuming the UFL is relatively complicated, right? I'm assuming it's a step up from college, probably. Do we think Alabama
Like a
would be able to
toadstool
beat?
step.
Do we think Alabama would be able to beat the UFL team? But
Not with Caleb DeBoer.
so
Yeah, definitely.
So they just were underperforming, and the DC Defenders only had 10 points last week. The Defenders scored all 10 of those points in the first quarter, and then after that, didn't score for the rest of the fucking game. All right, fat old goose egg. Okay, so there's no way those two teams combined will put up 20 points apiece. Defenders, Aviators, hammer that fucking under. The sports books don't know about this yet, guys. They don't know about it. If you want to go out there and make a fucking fat stack, this is the time. And it's just,
Nick,
yeah,
I will say, so as someone that did bet all UFL unders last week, they are very aware.
Dude, they are not.
Like,
They're not.
I am just, no, so I'm looking at your unders right now. They're all, what do we got? 39, 39, 39, 39. So odds are at least two of them are going to hit for sure. But I'm looking at all of them. And last week's unders, it was 44.5, 42.5, 39.5, and then 41.5. So they're telling, they looked at it.
The only one that went over was the Gamblers and Renegades game.
Yes. No.
That's the only one that hit the over.
And I do love I think the Renegades were like they've moved some shit around. They've lost some teams. But to course correction in Vegas, typically like where a half a point comes at a premium, if they're scrapping that shit and like some of it's moving a whole 4 or 5 points in a different direction, they're trying to do some dramatic course correction. But
Yeah,
I
they're,
think
they're
still 39.
still
I think 39 and a half points is a lot.
they are still in the course correction phase right now. They're still trying to figure out where is the appropriate line supposed to be at.
I'd say it's closer to 36 and a half
I would
personally.
totally agree with that. I
So there's
think
value at 39 and a half. Then.
I think there is still a good amount of value. I think there's I think there's good 3 to 4 points of value at 39 and a half. Okay,
I'd say a couple weeks from now, maybe get a future in, but definitely don't bet the unders.
yeah, no, a couple weeks from now, the games are going to be at 36, 35, 37 and a half. At 37 and a half, that's where I'd start to be But at 39 and a half, dude, that shit's fucking bound to hit. So we got Defenders Aviators, under. King Storm, under. Gambler Stallions, under. That one's 43 and a half. And then for the parlay of the
43
week,
and a half?
Gambler Stallions are at 43 and a half.
I thought I saw all of them were 39.
No,
Well,
Gambler,
if you go-
Gambler Stallions are 43 and a half. I think I didn't update the
They're
spreadsheet.
44 and a half on the blue book.
They're 44 and a half? On the blue book? On the blue book? They're a full point above? Oh my
44
god.
and a half.
Bet
Gambler
on
Stallions
the-
44 and a half.
Under.
That's why you gotta shop around on your books. Bet the fucking under, baby. Alright?
Under.
That's just free value. That's free fucking money. Okay? Next week you're all gonna come back to me and you're gonna look at me like I'm genius. I am not. I am just some
gonna-
fucking plebeian that sees a fucking trend.
Gonna be cue the Trump. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna win so much. You're gonna get tired of winning. We really need that on a fucking sound cue.
Dude,
You're going to be hearing this.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Under. That's all you gotta do for the UFL, and you will fucking profit, baby.
3-1 last week, dude. Hit the one parlay. It was about 6-1. Let's fucking go.
Alrighty. Well, all UFL unders for Nick. Scene, do you want to go next? You want me to? I don't care either way.
I'll crank her out.
All
We'll
right,
go.
crank her out, brother.
All right. So, all of you listeners, whenever this comes out, I know you're just chomping at the bit to get at my Nerfies. So, the public Nerfie that I'll be putting on our X/Twitter tomorrow is going to be New York Mets going against the San Francisco Giants. Now, we got David Peterson going against Robbie Ray. Both these guys are 1-0 in Nerfies this year. Peterson, he had a solid outing last week, or last start against the Cardinals. I don't think he gave up any runs. It was he gave not necessarily a quality start, but I think he went like 5 1/3, 5 2/3, or something along those lines. Robbie Ray again, 1-0 again in the Nerfie. My only concern about him, he gave up the long ball. He was going up against the Yankees though, and happens to be they're going to be in the Bay at San Fran, and the Mets are 24th in the league currently in home runs. I know it's a super small sample size, but the bats are a little cold right now. So as long as none of those boys take him yard and hit it into McCovey Cove or anything, I think we're going to be fine there. So give me the Mets/Giants Nerfie tomorrow at -148. I absolutely hate laying these fucking long prices. I'd love them a little bit closer to even money, which ironically enough, the ones that we've all hit, if you've been tailing us on Twitter/X, they've been, I think, -130 or lower. So getting a lot of value there. Next one. So that is going to be for tomorrow, April 2nd, 2026. Next one's going to be for April 3rd, 2026. And we got Toronto Philly money line. One of them plays the Rockies. One of them plays the White Sox. I don't exactly know. But, I mean, if you give me blind react, I think Toronto plays the Rockies and then Philly plays the White Sox. Both the teams that they're playing are terrible. Money line those together. If that doesn't equal 150 or -150 or worse, Then we're going to parlay the Dodgers in there to, odds are, give us probably plus value. I forget who the Dodgers are playing, but that shit's going to work. Next, we're going to be moving on to the NCAA, and we're going to go with Dan Hurley and the boys plus 1.5. Could they lose? Yes. If they lose by one, do we win? Absolutely. So go UConn plus 1.5 against Illinois. I think that this is finally where the wheels fall off for Illinois. And give Dan Hurley a week to prepare against a team that they already beat this year on a neutral court, I believe. Yeah. Yes, please. Give me that one all day. And then the last one for the parlay of the week, we're just gonna go make it real easy. We're not gonna alt it, we're not gonna up it or anything. Give me Arizona money line to beat one of the Big Ten schools. Unfortunately, as a Big Ten fan myself, I don't think either Big Ten teams get there. So the streak lives. The streak lives of 0 Big Ten teams winning the championship since 26 years ago, 2000, with Tom Izzo's Spartan crew. That's all I got for my dogs. We're going to roll it over to you guys.
All right. I will take it back. You said you like it easy. I like it easy too. That's why my first lock of the week, Arizona money line. Michigan,
Ping.
or whatever.
Cha-ching.
Arizona money line. This line opened, I think it was like minus 115. So I like that it's moving Arizona's way. Arizona's been dominant the whole season. The Badgers beat Michigan in Ann Arbor, and then they couldn't even beat fucking High Point. That's how much college basketball I know, so you should probably fade me. But that's what I'm using here. Arizona, like Sean said for his dog, they might win by 10, 20, 30. It might be a fun time to ladder Arizona against Michigan. I'm actually going to women's college basketball, too. They are also in the Final Four. I'm going to take UCLA money line over Texas. Like I said, big ball watcher. So UCLA over Texas in women's basketball in the Final Four. Going back to my bread and butter, the MLB. On, again, April 2nd. So if you're listening to this after this, I'm sorry you couldn't hop in on this. You got to listen to this pod when it drops. But I said Atlanta's going to win 6-4. They're also going to be up by at least a run after the first 5 innings. So we're going to take the Braves minus half a run for the first 5 innings. That's plus 116. They're going to go on to win 6-4. So you're going to first, after 5 innings, hit this at plus 116. And at the end of the game, you're going to be able to hit 40-1 odds for the 6-4 final score. So that's just going to be a wonderful, absolutely gorgeous Thursday going into Good Friday. And then going into the weekend, my parlay of the week, I'm going against Sean. I'm going against Dan Hurley. Listen, they used up all their magic against Duke. They don't have anything left. Illinois and all their Europeans are going to just shut down UConn. Maybe not shut down. That's a strong terminology. But they're going to win by more than 3 points. I'm going to take Illinois minus 2.5 for the parlay of the week. So with Arizona money line, the UFL Defenders Aviators under 39.5, and Illinois minus 2.5. The parlay of the week this week is 7-1 plus 700. I hyped up the parlay of the week last week, so I am going to say this parlay sucks. However, you should still bet it.
I'm gonna throw $50 on it just because you said it's pretty cool.
Do you like $350?
I think I do. I think I would like $350. I think.
All right.
That
I
might,
like money.
I like money. That might fuel my losses this week for the UFL.
Bucks have cut it to single digits in case anyone's concerned.
All right.
Do I hate watching them? Do I want them to get a good pick? Yes.
Anything else we got, boys? So Sean can get out of here and watch the fourth quarter of the Bucks Rockets game.
No, we're gonna blow this shit. It don't matter. nothing matters. Again, we're all stardust in the fairy dust.
Matthew McConaughey, fucking.
Nothing matters, man. Nothing matters.
The Fugazi.
Fugazi.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Oh, just we need the crew to keep rolling and these nerfies to keep hitting.
Right. And we need this crew here. This crew to get hot. Right? We've been a little sluggish here in the off season. I feel like this is the week that we're gonna get hot. I can feel it. I mean, unfortunately, Sean's gonna have to potentially lose
Breaking on through to the other side.
his UConn plus 1.5 because Illinois is gonna do disgusting things to them. But
They
besides
can-
that pick, I think everything else is hitting.
Oh yeah, because I don't have them on the money line. Yeah, I mean, yeah, put them up.
I'm gonna go 4-0 this weekend. It's gonna be. You guys are gonna think I'm a genius.
Yep.
Somebody's got to win between Brogan
Yep.
and I. So there's that.
All right. Well, that's the card for this week. Some bets will cash, some will turn into regrets. Either way, we ride. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll be back breaking it all down next week. Bet smart, and if it misses, take the shot. Goodbye.
Unless it's this tequila. Go crew.
Bye bye.